Setup position here looks really good. No concerns, really balanced. All of that is solid. Like I said, when you're taking the club back, club face wants to go back a little bit on the close side. Close for some is good, for others it's not. And what's funny is you even have a little bit of some forearm roll, meaning if you didn't, the club face would be even more close, which obviously is not very ideal. And so as you're going up, you know, you have a wonderful backswing, honestly. Like left knee flexes down, right leg's extending. You don't have a huge amount of hip turn, but you don't really need to because your arm plane is certainly flat enough here, like hands in line with the heels of your feet. Your arm structure is very neutral. Club's a little bit laid off, which is totally fine, especially because the club still shallows nicely in transition. So there's no real concerns to the club movement, which I like. You know, tilting pattern to the upper body is really good. Tilting pattern to the pelvis, obviously, because of the change in knee flex, really good. All of that's solid. Just face angle too shut. That's really the only thing I don't like about this. And then from there, because the face angle is too shut, you can see your body reacting. You know, you don't open up nearly as fast. Your hands are stuck way too far behind your body. You know, if we look at where your chest is, we look at where your back is, your hands are much closer to the line of your back. In an ideal world, for golfers who rotate well in transition, you would see the hand path working somewhat out towards the ball. In your case, they drop a lot more, right? We can kind of see this here. So hands, if anything, they almost reroute backwards, right? So the hands have a lot of drop to them. And this usually comes from the fact that the chest is not quite rotating well enough. So the chest is not rotating at the same speed as the pelvis. It's getting left behind. Too much separation. And so coming down into the ball, usually for very rotary good players, you would see the hands somewhat over the toes of their feet or a little inside it if they still want to hit a draw. Yours are just too far inside it. And again, club face obviously very closed. And so as you're coming down, this club effectively just gets stuck too far under the plane. The face angle being very strong coming from the grip. You can see how closed off the upper body still is late in the golf swing. And then from there, you're just swinging super inside out, which is going to lead to a lot of shallowness, a lot of blocks, a lot of hooks. Basically, the path getting too far to the right. And then depending on whether you save it or not, it could be really good some days with a draw. I'm sure you know, even when you fade it, it's probably more of a push fade than an actual fade. And, you know, either blocks or pull draws if the timing is off. So we basically need to just weaken the grip a little bit and then get your body moving better. It's really that simple because honestly, besides that, I think the whole pattern is really solid. Club face gets very shut, and then from there, you're going to see like a lot of slide and a lot of separation. So lower body is really driving. Upper body is going to naturally stay back and tilt back. They call that the reverse K. And then you can see it even gets even more excessive coming into the ball. So we basically need to make sure that rather than having your chest stay closed off where the left shoulder, left hip get very high, right shoulder, right hip get very low, the upper body kind of hanging back, right? We see basically the classic case of like lower body drives forward, upper body hangs back, you don't rotate well, you're getting stuck under.